This episode is brought to you by my very own children's book titled The Universe is Listening, Little One. It's a gorgeous, gentle introduction to manifestation and self-belief for kids. My children absolutely love it, and if you think yours will too, you can find it available now on Amazon. The link is in the show notes. Hello and welcome to the Universe is Listening podcast. I'm your host, Joanna Hall, and I am so excited and genuinely very grateful to finally have this vision of starting a podcast come to life, and of course for you to be here joining me. I've wanted to start a manifestation podcast for so long, and I'm just so happy it's finally happening. Honestly, it does just feel a bit surreal. So I've been obsessed with the law of attraction and manifestation for a long time now, well over 10 years. It all started when I watched The Secret as a teenager, and my God, I was hooked. I'm sure most of you are familiar with the movie or the book and might have had similar thoughts of just being obsessed with it. I mean, if you're here, you're obviously all about manifestation. So that is sort of where the journey started for a lot of us, especially us millennials. The thought that you could actually create your reality, that you could attract opportunities, money, love, confidence, just better circumstances. But if you're anything like me and you've tried to practice this for a long time, I've struggled. So it's just because there's so much information out there. And speaking as a busy mum, sometimes it honestly feels like you're running on a treadmill, doing the journaling, the visualizing, the affirmations, but not really seeing much change. And it does get frustrating. So I've always tried my best to incorporate manifestation and mindset into my life. And I can tell you, when you do this properly, you will become a firm believer. It's genuinely changed my life. And I want to keep using it and doing exactly that, and to keep myself accountable and to keep changing my life. And I want it to do the same for you as well. So a bit about me. I'm a busy mum of 2 boys, working. I'm also a registered nurse. And if there are any fellow nurses listening, you will know it is a tough job. I'm also a self-published author, I've written a children's manifestation book, and it's available on Amazon. It's called The Universe is Listening, Little One. It's so cute. The link will be in the show notes, and I would honestly be so grateful if you checked it out. It's such a lovely little introduction to manifestation for kids. It really is. What else? Recently, I also took a huge leap with work, and we'll save the story for another day, but basically, I quit my job on a whim and ended up in a completely different job, nothing to do with nursing. It fits my life so much better right now as a mum, and it's fun, it's rewarding. And do you know what? I stuck to my guns, with when I did quit my job, even with the people around me, what they were trying to advise me. They thought I was mad. And I truly believe that I owe a lot of that to trusting in the law of attraction, the universe, manifestation, whatever you want to call it. That is just one of the many things in recent years that I put down to my mindset and belief, and just doing that inner work when I have the time, obviously, because let's be honest, we're all super busy, and whether you're a mum or not, life is just crazy, isn't it? So I just want to be clear about something. I'm not here to tell you oh, do this meditation and tomorrow you're going to wake up in a mansion with a Ferrari. That's not me. And that's where people go wrong with manifesting. And honestly, that's where I went wrong for a long time. I did the vision boards, I did the visualizing, and I lived in that Delulu state. And for a long time, not much changed. And it's incredibly disheartening. Now, don't get me wrong, being Delulu is absolutely part of it. We love being Delulu, we love it, but it's just not where it starts. And that's one of the main reasons I wanted to start this podcast, because this is a journey, and I'm still on it for sure. There is so much more to manifestation than people realize, especially around beliefs and identity and the stories we tell ourselves without even knowing it. I want this podcast to inspire you, motivate you to actually create things that you want in your life. And I've got a TikTok and stuff, but a podcast feels different. It feels deeper. It just feels like a higher vibration, a higher frequency. It just feels like a place to build a community. And I listen to podcasts a lot, so I feel like it's just like a great, valuable source of information rather than just like doom scrolling. I listen to podcasts on the school run, in the car, on the way to work, and I love that little pocket of me time. Like, oh, I just love it. And I want to be a part of creating that for other people. So here we are. The podcast is born. So yeah, I'm no teacher, absolutely no kind of guru or anything. I'm just a normal girl, a basic bitch, if you will, learning and growing and like figuring it all out with you. Like, we're all on this journey and it's exciting and it's forever changing. So, speaking about those like limiting beliefs that some of us do carry, that's exactly where we're going to start today, because today's episode is all about Cringe Mountain and the dreaded imposter syndrome. And I genuinely believe that until we understand our limiting beliefs and like the purpose they serve and how to get them working for us instead of against us, manifesting is always going to feel hard. Like, unless we tackle that first, manifesting is just going to feel hard. And that's not what we want. We want to create magical lives, right? So, like, how does this tie to manifestation? How do these limiting beliefs and, Cringe Mountain, imposter syndrome, how do they tie to manifestation? So, let's talk about the law of attraction in a very real way. So, the basic idea is, like, you don't attract what you want, you attract what you are. Or, as James Allen said, you are today where your thoughts have brought you, and you will be tomorrow where your thoughts take you. What a line. What a line. There's also another one I love from Henry Ford, who said, like, whether you think you can or you think you can't, you are right. So true. Spot on, Henry Ford. Like, manifestation is not just about thinking nice thoughts. It's about what you believe is possible for you. Like, who do you believe you are? And what you think you deserve, and deep down, like, what your identity is. Like, we all have that little voice saying, I'm not that kind of person, or that's not for me, or God, I don't think I could do that. And no amount of vision boards are going to fix that or bring you your manifestation or whatever you're trying to manifest when you deep down feel like that, like, don't feel worthy, basically. So this is where imposter syndrome comes in. Imposter syndrome is like that little voice that says, like, oh my God, you're so embarrassing, or like, oh, cringe, like, I'm not ready yet, oh, I'll do that next week, you're not ready, you're not like those people, they're so successful, like, it's not for you. And here's the big truth, is that voice, that little voice, it only shows up when you're about to level up. Like, when you think about it, it's true. Every time you're going to do something scary or big or a change, that's when those butterflies and doubt, that's when it arises. It just starts bubbling under the surface. And it doesn't show up at all when you're staying small. Day to day, boring, normal life, nothing changes, old habits. There's none of that. But as soon as you start something else, it comes up. Even something so simple as like, new year, new me, I'm going to start eating healthy. And, you're drinking your juices and all that. And you just feel like an imposter. You feel like a bit silly, like a bit of a dick, to be honest, because you deep down feel like that's not you. So that's what we have to change first. And that's how it really links into manifestation. So Cringe Mountain, right? This is how I picture it. So Cringe Mountain is like a well-known sort of like phrase, right? This is how I picture it. So we're all standing at the bottom of this massive mountain, right? We're freezing, it's windy. And at the bottom, that's where you have all those imposter syndrome voices. This is embarrassing. I'm not cut out for this. Jesus, look at the size of that mountain. Like, even if you see other people climbing it in front of you, you think, oh, they've got the right hiking gear. Oh, they're much fitter than me. They're healthier than me. They've got more stamina than me. They're more confident. I can't do that. This is embarrassing. Everyone's watching me. What if I fall over and hurt myself? So we're at the bottom of this mountain, right? That's what we're feeling. We're all there. We're all huddled in a little group, like questioning our life choices. But we also know that if we get to the top of that mountain, we are going to be so bloody glad we did. Because at the top is expansion, a bigger life, self-respect, confidence, and proof that you are capable of doing it. So do you know what? We climb. Looking ridiculous, doubting ourselves, like whatever, we're climbing. And do you know what the saddest part is? Is that most people never even start the climb. And it's those people that stand at the bottom judging others, saying, oh, God, that's not realistic, is it? Like, be realistic. You can't do that. Oh, do it next year. Don't you have better things to do? You know, that's never going to work out. It's never going to be successful. You know, they're the people that never even start the climb, and they're the ones judging us. And we're all guilty of it, like totally, like I'm not saying like we're on this high pedestal, like we're all guilty of it. It's human nature, it really is. But like think about people like Oprah Winfrey, fired from her first TV job. Beyonce told her group like would never make it. Even the Duffer Brothers, like Stranger Things, they pitched Stranger Things to about 15 networks before anyone even said yes to them. Every single one of those climbed Cringe Mountain and got to the top. Like, do you think how embarrassing must it have been for the Duffer Brothers to like roll up with their script and be told like, no, this is ridiculous, this isn't realistic, the budget's too low. Like, who knows what they were told. But I mean, they didn't take no for an answer. They kept finding another route, and they made it up Cringe Mountain. They didn't worry about being embarrassed, you know, being told no. They just did it. And that is the first step in manifestation. You cannot manifest a new life while clinging on to the identity of the old you. So our nervous systems crave familiar, safe, predictable environments. But the version of you who has the life that you want, she behaves differently. Like, this is what people say, fake it till you make it. It doesn't mean you're lying. It just means that you're starting to act like the version of you who already does or has the thing before you emotionally feel like her. Do you know what I mean? And your identity will just catch up later. So like, here are a few simple tools that help me and hopefully might help you in overcoming this imposter syndrome. Number one, this is so funny, me and my sisters do this, it's name your imposter. So basically, give that voice a name. The voice that's in your head, like something like, mine's Lucy, right? So when your mind is running a million miles an hour and it's, you know, talking rubbish and it's putting seeds of doubt in your head, I just say like, oh, shut up, Lucy. You know, not today. Like, not right now, I'm busy. You know, like, hold Lucy, hold that voice accountable. That's not you. That's just Lucy, right? So it sounds so silly, but it really works. So yeah, I've got 4 sisters and like we have a group chat. Like, they're all really into like manifestation as well. So it's just like, what a girl gang. But that's something that we talk about. It's funny and it makes it lighthearted and it works. Another thing, so the second thing I would say is like the borrow belief. So like, instead of asking, can I do this? Ask, has anyone like me ever done this? And I'm telling you, the answer is always yes. So if they can, why can't you? It's exactly the same as me starting a podcast. This is my first episode, my first podcast. I'm sure like the sounding's rubbish, like I'm gonna not edit it properly, whatever. But has someone else done this, started at the bottom and then built it up and achieved something great? Yes, they have. So why can't I? Well, I can. So I'm doing it and I'm gonna get there, because you just have to get over. Like, I hate the sound of my own voice. It makes me cringe. Like, oh God, I hate it. I don't even want to play this recording back. But you've got to climb Cringe Mountain. Like, when you're uncomfortable, you grow. And we know that. We've all heard that before. But it's just really, when we're trying to do a million things at once, manifest this, visualize, do the vision board, do the journaling, you know, stomp out the imposter syndrome. It's just too much. One thing at a time. Like, get rid of this imposter, or at least get to know this imposter. Like, mine's Lucy, like I said. So when I do have those doubts, I don't speak out loud like a lunatic saying, Lucy, shut up. Like, I say it in my head. But that's what works for me. And hopefully that might work for you. And then finally, act as if you already have it, of course. So what would the version of me who already has this do today? So you're not listening to that imposter, you're overriding it, and you're doing one small thing from that place. So that is manifestation in motion. Small little things, getting your car washed, you know, using the nice cup instead of the broken chipped cup, like little things that your future self would do. That's what you got to start doing. And that kind of overrides the imposter. It tricks your brain into thinking, oh, like, this is us. Like, okay, we're here. So yeah, that's another thing that I find really useful, is just basically, again, faking it till you make it. So those three things, like naming your imposter, the borrowed belief, thinking like, can I borrow someone else's path? So basically, if someone else has walked that path already, they've done what you want to do, they've achieved what you want to do, just borrow their blueprint, basically. And then third, act as if. So act as if you are her. You are your future self. And do you know what? Failing is normal. Falling off the bandwagon, normal. You are not going to think positive thoughts 24/7. Like, it's impossible. We're all human. Life is life and shit happens. So the work is not being perfect. The work is sort of noticing and pulling yourself back. So, for example, like, I find journaling hard. I do it and I want to do it. I want to be that person. And this is what I mean about it's just a journey. Like, manifestation is a journey. But where a lot of us fail is you're on a roll, right? You're journaling, you get a few days in, then you miss a few days, and then you start feeling like shit, like, oh God, I knew I couldn't keep it up. And that imposter is winning. Told you so, you couldn't do it, da 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 da. But you know what? Who cares? Just pick up the pen and start again. It doesn't matter if you missed a few days. The reason why people fail isn't because they've missed a few days. It's because they've let that seed of doubt in their head when they've missed a few days. They've allowed that to come in and tell them, we knew you were going to miss it. You weren't going to keep it up. So don't worry about that. Carry on, continue, and keep your mind strong. So don't worry if you have a wobble. Just have the wobble and carry on. Our emotions can like hinder or help us. So use your emotion as fuel, right? So when you get frustrated or disappointed or like disappointed in yourself or angry and stuff, turn that into like, right, watch me. Turn that emotion into determination. Like, don't let those imposter syndrome, intrusive thoughts win. And you know what? The big truth is that on the other side of Cringe Mountain, there's pride, there's confidence, there's expansion, like I said, a new self-image, faster manifestations, and just a much bigger life. So it is so important that we put this work in, we stomp out that imposter syndrome, and that's always going to be there, by the way. Like, I'm not saying that we need to work to eliminate this imposter syndrome, this feeling of self-doubt. It will never go away. We're human. It's hardwired into us. It's about learning to coexist. And that's why I feel like naming it really helps for me. Because it's honestly like, it's like a split personality. Like, I have my little negative Nelly Lucy on my shoulder. But it's okay. Like, I'm bigger than her. Like, naming her, I put her in her place a little bit. I sound so delulu even talking about this, but if you get it, you get it. You know what I mean? If it's not for everyone, it's not for everyone, but I like it. And like, side note, when I've spoke for ages about making this podcast, right? When I was doing like, I tried to record the first episode, but like, you know, I was making mistakes and stuff, and I played a bit to my sister, one of my sisters, and she started laughing her head off, like, oh my God, we were both cringing at myself. And that's what I mean, like, Cringe Mountain, like, just let it be what it is. It is a bit cringe, but, you know, just do it anyway. It doesn't last forever. And once you're over that hurdle, you're over it. Like, what's anyone going to say? Who cares, for God's sake? You know, it doesn't matter what others think. They're all doing their own thing. It's that famous thing, like, everyone thinks that they're the main character and the topic of conversation in other people's lives, but you're really not. No one cares. Everyone's just focused on themselves, and that's truly the case. So I hope that makes sense for you guys. I hope that you enjoyed that episode. That's going to be all for today. Honestly, I've loved creating it. I just really hope that you got some value from it, and you might go about your day now thinking about how you're going to get your hiking boots on and hop on Cringe Mountain and start climbing it with me. I genuinely can't wait to go on this journey with you. So join me for episode 2, where we're going to be talking about self-concept and how your self-concept creates your reality. And guys, please, if you've enjoyed this episode, I would be so grateful if you would subscribe to the podcast and give it a rating if you can. It really helps, and it just means that you'll also get reminders of when new episodes are out. So it's a win-win. Okay, it's been a pleasure, and have a magical day. Bye.